So I want to go ahead and introduce my language labs to you. On our site, you have multiple, hold on, let's see if we can make this smaller. Whoops, that's too small. You have multiple links that will take you to this site, but if you want to know the address, you just simply type in www.mylanguagelabs.com and hit enter, and it's going to take you to this screen that we're already at. And like I said, if you forget the address, it's all over the Moodle site. You just start with Moodle and you'll be able to get here. Once you get set up, you'll be able to sign in. Before doing that, you're going to need to register. You guys are students, so you'll click register. Then it tells you the things that you need. You've got to have your email, you've got to have your course ID, and you need to have your access code or your credit card. Okay, so again, you were told you need your email, your course ID, your access code, or your credit card. The access code, if you buy your book from Guilford Tech, you're going to, in your book, have a little white, I think it's a white card, it could be an orange card, but you're going to have a card that comes with it. In there is an access code. So that is what they're talking about. You got to have that. Or you just have to have a credit card ready when you're doing this so that you can purchase it online. The course ID is what I give you. It is not enough to get into the site. You need an access code to buy access to Pearson. You need a course ID to get into my class. The course ID is free, but you will never be able to gain access unless you have your access code and have bought access to the site. So again, if you go out to our Moodle site, you're going to be able to find our access code in a couple of places. It's going to be on the side under resources. It's right there. And again, it's in both forms of the syllabi. So if you forget, you can open it up. Like here's the PDF version of your syllabus, and the access code should be somewhere in here as well. There's your access code right there. Or you can open up the Moodle book, and your access code is right there. Or again, like you saw, it's on the side right here under resources. If I can go back to resources right there. Okay, so you're going to need that code. Okay, so then once you have all of these things, then you click OK, register now, and then you need to say, yes, I have an access code. They look like this if you've bought the book. If not, you'll say, no, I need to buy access, and you'll go to the next step. You're going to want to pick My Spanish Lab. My Language Labs is all of these, but you need specifically My Spanish Lab because you're taking Spanish. Then you just hunt for our book. We are using the Arriba. So we just scroll through here. There we want the one with the 2 butterflies. So you pick that, and then you hit next. And then you can decide whether you want a multi-semester subscription or a 1-semester subscription. If you're planning on taking the next semester, if you're planning on taking Spanish fall semester, I would do multi-semester. If this is it, if this is the last Spanish you ever are going to take, I would do 1 semester because it's cheaper. So if I do multi, I think it's, I don't know how much it is. Let's see. So just hit accept here, and it tells you it's $149.95. Let's see if I can go back and click. I'm going to try to do single semester and see how much it is. So remember, it's about $150. If it's a 1-semester subscription, it's only going to be $100. So you're looking at a difference of $150 and $100. Do you have a Pearson account? If you use Pearson for something else and you want to link all your accounts so that when you log in, you just see your various classes. You'll see your Spanish class, your My IT lab, my math lab, except if you want to see all your classes in the same place, then click yes, and you would put your login and password for your Pearson account. If the answer is no, then you create one, and you'll need to put in a login, a password, and retype your password. So I'll just try to make one up. Then you'll enter your information. I'm going to do it for my son. I don't think, since I'm already in the system, I don't think it would work for me. And you just enter all your information. Okay, select a country, United States, school zip code 27282, that's our school zip code. GTCC, there we are. I don't know, what's my father's middle name? We're gonna put Purple. And then you can decide yes or no and hit next. Okay, then because I don't have an access code, I'm going to pay by credit card. So I'm going to enter my credit card information, and then you would hit continue. And if you have an access code, it's not going to take, oh, and look, you can even pay with PayPal. Okay, so this is as far as I can take you because I don't want to buy a subscription at the moment since I already have one. So I'm going to pause it here and take you back out. So once you've done this and you've gotten your subscription, it's going to take you to a place that looks somewhat like this. So once you've gotten your subscription, it could take you to a place like this. However, you see I've got all these books out here. If you have a Pearson account, you're going to see like your My Math Lab and your My Spanish Lab out here. Or I'm sorry, your My Math Lab, your IT Lab, whatever labs you already have. If I'm the very first one you have, all of this is going to be blank. So the next thing you're going to need to do is hit Enroll in a course. And this is where you put in our class code. That's where you go get this number right here. And you stick it, whoops, where am I? Right here, okay? And then you would hit submit. And I'm not going to go any further because I don't know that it might mess me up trying to enroll me in twice. And then once you've done that, then this little book is going to pop up here and it's going to say something like, I have sections. So I think what you're going to see is, yeah, it's going to have that little book like what you just saw me go into, but it should say, it should say on it, I have so many sections, something like Summer 2017, Jennifer Ray, Spanish 111, okay? And so and then after that's been done, every time here on out when you go to My Language Labs, you'll just click sign in and you'll plug in your username and password that you're associating with this account, and you'll just click on our class and go straight in. Okay, so when you get in, this is what you're going to see. It should look like this. When I'm going to go, you can change the month up here. I'm doing this in May. We don't start until June, so nothing's on the calendar until June. I would always just go to the calendar and you just click on the items on the calendar and you'll see what's been assigned. Okay, and then you just open up what's on the calendar. And then you complete the assignment and you hit finish and submit for grading. Okay, it won't let me, I'll just randomly pick some stuff. Okay, hopefully you'll read and do this right. And you just hit finish and submit for grading. I probably flunked it. 20%. And then it lets you try again. These are non-punitive, so you can try as many times as you want these SAM activities. Until the due date. The only thing that's punitive out here is going to be your oral dialogues, which you'll only have one attempt at, but the homework you have multiple attempts at. And so just make sure you're checking with Moodle because I don't assign everything that I put on the calendar. Some of this stuff is just extra for you guys to play with or to get, extra practice if you need it. Usually I only assign the SAMs and then the oral dialogues, okay? Whoops, that one's going to open up too. Open up. Okay, some other things that might help you up here is you've got a tutorials link. Here's your e-text, so you don't have to buy a book. This is our textbook, and so this will pop up, and it's the HTML version, so it might look a little different than the actual book, but it is the textbook. Okay, so you can see all the information out there. What else do we have? You have a glossary, so you can look up words if you need to. We also have a verb chart, so if you're writing papers for me and you wanted to use the verb ser and you want to know how you spell it in the present tense, if you don't want to look back in the book, you can look here. Okay, with the video on, it's not wanting me to pull it up, but you should be able to pull up here and put in the tense and the mood. So if you want present tense, you'd put present tense and it'll pop up here and show you the conjugation of that verb. And I think that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So if you have any questions about My Language Labs, please feel free to contact me. Also remember, this is your My Language Labs priority line, so you can also call them for questions and concerns.